Good good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. How y'all doing? Today I wanted to talk about this because I'm really not trying to be messy, but I saw a live stream and I realized that I really do think that this is the problem of a lot of black women, even black women that say that they hate black men or they don't like them or they don't date them. I'm just going to say, I think in order for black women to progress, that black women have to do several things. They have to, first of all, acknowledge their disappointment in black men, that they have been let down on some level by some black men. I don't know which one, whether it could be your dad, your brother, your uncle, a partner or whatever. But you have to acknowledge where the feelings that you feel come from. And then also there are black women that have to acknowledge that maybe they didn't get validation from black men. And so they're upset because that's what they want. So, and I think a lot of women still, black women still want black men's validation and love, and that makes them act in certain ways that may not be beneficial to them. And I think it really influences black women's behavior, because at first I was going to ignore this, but this is probably like the millionth time that I have seen a black woman or black women that make their platforms built on hating black men and saying every black man is the problem, and or other races of men are better, or all of these things. And then I will see them in spaces with black men that are, they could be grifting, they could be serious, but black men that are definitely trying to build a following based on the support of black women specifically. And if you're saying that you don't like black men and all of these things, and you're talking about all of these things, but then I see you constantly in certain black men's, panels. I don't know. I just feel like what you're saying isn't true. And I see this all the time with so many different black women. So I think that it would be more beneficial for black women to actually live in their truth and say, you know what? I do like black men. I'm disappointed with black men's behavior as a collective. I don't think that they're going to get it right. I'm hoping they do. That's why I put myself in spaces with certain types of black men. But I still do love black men. I really wish that more black women would do that, because it's very strange for me to see black women that are always saying, "Oh, black men are this. I hate them. I don't. And then I see them in black men's spaces, uplifting them and begging for a cookie. It's very weird. Like, it's very, very strange, and I don't understand it. And I really feel like it makes black women look like they don't stand on business, or they don't mean what they say. It's a double talk. And it's so crazy because I have been drugged for filth by these same people by saying that not all black men are bad. I said nobody is all bad. No race of people, no gender of people, nobody's all bad. Now you can say collectively you can say collectively men have a problem. Sure. You can say collectively black men are disrespectful to black women and all of these things. But I feel like I don't speak in absolutes, but I sure see black women that speak in absolutes in these black men's lives and comment sections. And it is very, very weird. I'm really trying to understand why that is. And I'm trying not to name no names, but I'm confused. I'm confused. So I don't know. I don't know. Cause, like, I'm just really, I'm really confused, y'all. Because I get accused all the time of hating black men. But I tell you what, or no, excuse me, I get accused of also hating black men but loving black men. Loving black men and wanting to force black women to be with black men. And I don't want black women to open their options and date out. And I don't want black women to be happy. I've been accused of that so many times. And you won't never see me in these men's lives talking to them. You ain't never seen it. You ain't never seen it. And even when I used to go on men's panels, which has been so long ago, I used to argue with them. I haven't did that for, I don't know, years now. So I want to know, how come it just sound good? It just sound good. Cause I don't know how I got the reputation of this when I see women for real out here doing it. But nonetheless, I was on Instagram, right? And there's this creator, it's a black woman. She does makeup, right? And like she does makeup and like she talks about like social commentary. So I followed her, right? I'm like, oh, she's pretty. She do makeup. She talk about social things. Let me go ahead and support a sister, fellow sister. So I'm following her. And she's talking about men and black men and all of these bad things about black men, which is, hey, the things that she was saying definitely had validity. So I'm like, cool. Why am I on Instagram and I see this man who said that he got out of prison for doing 7 years? He got all of these videos where all he's talking about is, okay, so he looks at the camera and says, I bet you won't comfort me. I bet you won't comfort me. I bet you won't come let me give you head and all of this stuff, right? And I'm like, I looked at this man's videos and I was like, this is absolutely disgusting. Okay, he's disgusting. He's repulsive. He looks like a criminal. He looks like he probably got bum bumps on his genitals and all of this stuff, right? Why, when I go in this man's comment section, because I just knew black women were in there thirsting because he was light skinned and he had like light eyes. And I think that, I know it seems like black women tend to prefer darker skinned black men, but when the man is light skinned and he got light eyes or something, I know this black woman be going crazy over them too. So I go look at his comments. Why do I see this black woman that I thought was very intelligent, that comments on social issues, talks about men and black men and this and that, they're talking about, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I could not believe it. You're on the way? On the way for what? I'm not going to say. She got way too many followers, y'all. I'm not trying to get cussed out and drug for filth. But I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she was in that nasty man's comment section talking about she on the way. I couldn't. I could not believe it. And, that just really, and I've seen so many black women do this. And I'm a type of person that believes that you can never get black women, or you can never, let me say this. You can never attack the problem unless you acknowledge the problem. You can never fix yourself unless you admit to yourself things that you're afraid to admit. You can never do it. So if you never admit the truth, you'll never get there. And there's so many black women that I think won't admit the truth. Their feelings about black men, their desire to be loved and validated by black men. And until you acknowledge that and sit in that, you're not going to get Nowhere. Actually, you know what? I should probably do this live stream on YouTube, to be honest with y'all. That's probably where I should do it at. I should probably do it on YouTube. Because I haven't did a live stream over there in a while. You know? Um, yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think that until black women actually acknowledge how they truly feel about black men, black women are gonna be okie doke till the end of time. Yes, it's always the comments are crazy, Mercy. It's ridiculous. Um, you said, can I join the call on YouTube? What do you mean, unwritten love? Because I don't know how to do that at work. Because I don't know what you mean. But I do think I'm going to go to YouTube. I'll stay on here for like another 15 minutes and then I'm going to do this live on YouTube. No, you can't. You can't. Unwritten. Yeah. Oh, I know Emily. I'd rather not say. She got way, way too many followers. Okay, and I think in the hundreds of thousands. I'm definitely not trying to get my shut down because she be going back and forth with people all the time, and I don't got no time for it. Because like I said, I'm not mad at her. She's not an enemy. I didn't even know her like that. I just followed her on Instagram because she was pretty and, she was doing good makeup and she was talking about social justice. And I just never knew that she would be in somebody's jailbird comments, angling for smecks. Like that just really blew my mind. Like I like really was flabbergasted. I was gonna make a video about it actually. I had screenshot her comment, but then she had said that she was going through some other stuff with some people bothering her. So I just said I'll just spare her. I'm just not even gonna make the video about it. I said I'll just leave it be. Because if she's already going through difficulties, what do I look like adding to it to talk about her for content? Because that's all it would be, is for content. And I guess I'd rather not. Hey, Brown Sugar, you have anything to say, sis? Well, you on?
Hey Trick.
Hey,
I agree with this prompt wholeheartedly. I'm really tired of seeing lives of BOK women just thirsting over any type of man. Of course it's disgusting seeing. I think for me, I can understand them thirsting over a black man because we share community with them, but it really aggravates me when I see them thirsting over the white T man. It's very buck broken, it's very mammy-ish, and I just don't understand why they do that. It I think black women need to learn the art of decentering men and if you want to validate somebody, validate yourself, uplift women that look like you, uplift and validate the young girls in your community. I just don't understand what's the point of seeking validation from a man when men don't validate us at any point of time. If anything, they'll talk bad about you behind your back. They gossip like little bitchs. And I just don't understand the need of uplifting men, seeking advice from men. I don't even believe in being friends with men. I know a lot of people will say that's kind of a hot take, but I will never be a friend, any acquaintance with a man. Period. I don't want to be friends with them. That's what women are for. So I really think that women need to learn how to center themselves, uplift themselves in the women community, but they are really thirsting over the idea of being around men, having men in their circle just to say, oh, I get along with men, I can hang with men and all this other stuff. It just don't make any sense. I don't care if I have any male friends, which I don't. But, just like Emily said, men are users. They will siphon your energy, anything, any resources that you have, because I bet 9 times out of 10 a lot of these dudes don't have anything. Even in my generation, they can't even keep up with the women. So what is the point of having male friendships or even having relationships with them? And that's what I'm seeing now. They don't even have what I have. So I can't even get a proper relationship or even try to talk to somebody because they can't even rise the expectations. So I just don't understand what's the point of thirsting over men who don't even have jack squat of what you have. You know what I'm saying? That they don't even be attractive. That's another thing. Like, they be thirsting over dudes that look ugly. No offense, but I'm just saying, like, it just don't. Hey, Sharice, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I really hate seeing black women crash out and go outside. But that's a choice that they're making, and eventually it's going to show up in different ways in their lives, whether they believe it or not.
All right, I got you. I got you, brown sugar. I mean, I feel like, when it talks about like friends, like women having male friends, I just feel like in my life, I've tried to have like my younger years, I've tried to have male friends, but they always liked me and they always exposed that in some way, shape, form, and fashion. So I just don't think that I know some women may disagree, but I don't think it's possible to have a male friend that doesn't like you. And even if he doesn't act on it, even if you would never let him, I would say 99% of the time, if one day you just told him, hey, I'm feeling horny, or you said, hey, I'm really trying to get with you, he would say, yeah, because I don't believe that men befriend women that they're not attracted to. I just don't think so. Men really care a lot about looks and attractiveness and things like that. And men are just not altruistic enough to be a woman's friend and think she's ugly, or they wouldn't have intercourse with her. I just don't think so. So I just think it's impossible to have a male friend without him, even if he doesn't act on it, him having some type of inappropriate thoughts about you or motivation. That's just that, and that's just my opinion in the in my associations with men. And I have tried to have male friends a time in my life, and it never worked out. It never worked out. They always expose themselves. I even had a male associate while I was married. And he was in a relationship too with a woman that he had kids with, and he was with her for years, and he even tried it. And I was like, oh, okay. That was the last male that I ever tried to talk to. And we were talking because we had both left the cult that I was in. And so I was talking to him about these things and things of that nature. And I was like, oh, okay, like okay, we can't even have a conversation about like religious things because you're inappropriate, so I just feel like, no, I just don't think so. I don't think it's possible, to be honest. Like, I know there's some women that think that, but I would challenge any woman that thinks that, like, ask that man one day, make a move on him and see what happens. Now, you may not do nothing, but I just don't think that, like, he wouldn't, But anywho, I just I just really feel like for black women. Oh, what do you have something to say, Brown Sugar? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I also wanted to say if their male friend is in a relationship and his quote unquote best friend is pretty, that's gonna start beef between the girl he's in a relationship and the best friend. She's gonna want you to cut her off because of intimidation. Now, I've seen it play out before. That's why it just doesn't work. And I know the conversation isn't about male friendships, but I do agree with what you say 100%. And I also don't think that men are capable of providing community, a safe space for women like how we do with each other. I just don't think that how they set up and wired, I don't think it's going to be a genuine friendship. I feel like men always have secret alternative motives and they can't provide the sisterhood that you need. That's why I think that it's no point of being friends with them when I could just have a whole bunch of homegirls around me.
I mean, I think so too. I think if you're ever gonna have a male friend, it should be your man. I don't know if that sounds archaic or whatever, but I just feel like if you ever needed like a male friend or male presence in some way, it should be your man. And if you don't have a man, then it should only be other women. That's just my opinion. Cause I talk to a lot of black women every day, and black women talk to me about their thoughts, feelings, motivations, goals, all of that. I never once thought about like trying to prey on them, to get sexual access to them, or, like I heard it was one black man. He used to come in my lives a lot, right? This was like, I think I started gaining momentum, but it was like I still was like some people was knowing me at that time, but not as many as they do now. I think it was around when I had like 8,000, like over here. And he would come in my lives and he would say positive things about black women and stuff like that. And he seemed okay to me, but I mean, I was never looking at him as anything other than, that was when I think more men used to come around here before they realized that like I really don't play with men. Anyway, a woman had told me that he was talking to black women in black women empowerment spaces, getting them to trust him, and then soliciting nudes from these women. And, I guess showing them to some male friends and just doing a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, and so the lady that told me this was like, hey, just watch out for him because, because I don't think I had even told anybody I was married at this point. She was like, just in case he might manipulate you and stuff. And I was just like, okay. And, I never even said nothing to the dude about it. He came around for a while, but he would send me messages and talk about how like this is back when I would show my face and stuff. He would say like you're a beautiful woman and you're just so strong and all of this other stuff, and I would never pay attention to him because I'd just be like I don't need whatever you're trying to sell. But nonetheless, what I was saying is, before I go into a whole thing about this guy, because he's not important, all I was gonna say is that I'm never going in spaces with black women with the intention of doing nothing like that. I'm not like Princella. I'm not trying to tell you to be GAY so I can get a chance at, going down on you. I'm not I'm not trying to solicit nude photos of you or you doing explicit smex acts. I would never take advantage of black women or do any crazy shit like that. And I really do think that I think that is why, just like Brown Sugar was saying, it's an importance of community with women, because I would say most women aren't going to do stuff like that. I've heard of some women that doing that, but those are normally, no disrespect to anybody that's part of the community, but normally those are women that like women that do these things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a sexual dynamic there. But yeah, I just and I don't even think most G women would do that either. So I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to speak ill of anybody's orientation, because I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, because I have seen it a couple times. I'm gonna be real with you. And even in my life, I remember, man, this is a crazy story. Okay, so I was dating this guy, right? This is when I was living in Atlanta. He introduced me to his friend, one of his closest friends, and his closest friend had a girlfriend. Unbeknownst to me, I did not know this lady liked women. I was naive, okay? She had a man, so I didn't think that she liked ladies at all. So she starts really trying to befriend me and stuff, and she's really trying to hang out with me all the time and telling me how beautiful I am. And I'm just like, oh, wow, I like her. She's just so nice. And she's just so empowering. Like, yeah, like, I like her. So we kick it and we go several different places. She's still acting like this, but, she did a couple weird things. Like, I remember one time we was at this one restaurant and she was eating his food, right? And she was like, it was really good. I was like, yeah, it looks good. It looks good, sis. She like put the food on a spoon and was like, why don't you try it? And I was like, oh no, that's okay, because I've always been a germaphobe, so I ain't want to eat after nobody. But she kept pressing the issue and I just ate it. And the way she was looking, I was like, am I tweaking? Like, cause you know what I'm saying? It was just weird. Like, it was a weird vibe. So, but it was cool. the second to last straw was this. She invited me out. She took me to this club, and I didn't know that it was a GAY club. Okay? It was a GAY club, and all these women was in there saying reckless, crazy stuff with me. And I was like, bro, what the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on? And so it was like, that was the straw before last, right? And the last straw was that she told me, she told me her feelings. She was like, I really like you. I really think you're sexy. And I know that, you never messed with a woman before, but if you just give me a chance to go down on you, I'll change your whole life up. And I was just like, what? What? And she was telling me because the guy that I was dating at the time, she had known him way far longer than I had known him. So she was like, and I didn't see, the guy that I was dating at the time, I didn't see him with a lot of different girls. I've already asked him how he put it down. I know he not really doing it the way he need to do it. He not doing it the way I can do it. And I was just like, sister, no. It was crazy. And I feel like she befriended me only for that. And that was that's something that men had did to me before. But that was no, actually, that was the second time a woman had done that. I really only had 2 major times in my life where women had done that. And this was even back when I was in it. This is another story. When I was back in the cult that I was in, I ended up becoming friends with this girl. I think I was 20. I think I was 20. And me and her was cool, right? Super cool. We was going, she had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? We were super cool. We was going everywhere, going to the mall, kicking it. So a lot of times she would bring her dude along and it would just be the 3 of us. Her dude never acted like he liked me or nothing like that. So it was all good. He was really short. And once again, I'm really tall. I'm 5'11". So I know he wasn't attracted to me like that. So we would all go out and say, she was really short. We would go out all the time, kick it and all of that stuff. And we had a good old time. And keep in mind, we're in this cult and everybody's really religious. We're actually trying not to do things that we're not supposed to do. I know I was really dedicated. I'm not having sex with anyone. I'm going to be a virgin until I get married. I'm not kissing any guys. I'm not doing anything. Now she had a boyfriend. She was kissing dudes. You know what I'm saying? Cause she had a dude before that, but she wasn't having smacks or anything. So we started becoming really cool. I told her she could stay at my apartment. Okay. So she's staying over there. We're really kicking it. I even went to stay over her sister's house when she would stay over there. And I noticed her mother was talking to me hey, what's going on with you and my daughter? She was just asking me weird questions. It wasn't like mean, but it was very inquisitive. But I felt she was inquiring I was a man. But keep in mind, I'm so naive. I don't know nothing. So I'm not understanding what's going on. So it was one night I spent the night over her sister's house and me and her slept in the same bed. No problem. No, I didn't think nothing about it. We went to the congregation the next day and her mother came up to me and was like, oh, her sister said that you guys slept in the same bed yesterday. I was like, oh yeah. We had watched the movies and we slept in the same bed. We went to sleep. I was looking at the mother what's the problem? She was like, well, if you could do me a favor, you could not do that anymore. Just make sure that you don't sleep in the bed with her anymore. You just can't do that. And I'm looking at her we're both 20. So I'm looking at her what? I had no idea. I thought her mother was bugging. Okay, I thought her mother was tripping. So later on, we go back. We're still kicking it at her sister's house. This is that same day. So I'm telling her what her mother said. And I'm like, why did your mother say that? She's like, I don't know. My mother is just really protective of me and stuff like that. So her sister had some wine or something. And like I said, I think I was 20, but I could have been 21. I'm not for sure. I'm really bad with time frames. So we had some drinks and stuff. And so she starts asking me all these weird questions about men, about virginity, about what I see myself. This girl took my finger, 2 of my fingers, and put them in her mouth and sucked on them. I was a my flabbers were gassed. I remember staring at her with my mouth open wide. I could not believe it. I was flabbergasted. Honestly, I was like, why would you do that? What did you do that for? She's like, you didn't know? You didn't know I've been liking you? I've been wanting you? I was like, didn't it all click to me? And this is how much of an idiot I was back then. Everything that her mom said hit me at that point. All the weird looks her sister was giving me hit me at that point. Then I understood why all of them were acting like that, because apparently she had did some things like this before with girls, but they were trying to keep it a secret because in our cult, if you get caught doing things, you're going to be looked at down and your reputation is going to go down, and then people are going to mistreat you within the organization. So they were trying to keep this stuff on the low, and I didn't know. I had no idea. Nobody told me nothing. But I think after that, after I rejected her, I think we it's not like she stopped talking to me immediately, but she really kind of stopped talking to me immediately, to be honest with you. But it was like, I don't know, it was like a gradual fade away. But that's so I just said that because I just want people to know where I'm coming from when I say that I think that women can be predatory in the same way that men can be predatory in relationships and things like that. Like, so I think men are the number one, like when it comes to not being their friends because they're men. But I also think that sometimes you have to look at women like that too, if they like women a little bit, because, but I still would say, like Amara Blue says is different. I mean, I think men and women are different when it comes to, okay, so let's say if a woman is attracted to you and you tell her no, I think it's different than if you tell a man no. The depths of craziness that a man will go to versus a woman. So I think it's different in that aspect. But I do still think that women can be predatory as well if they're attracted to you. And I think that's something that people don't talk about. Cause I remember just like, what's her name? I see Toya says Ronnie from Players Club. Yes. And y'all know Victoria Monet. Y'all know the singer Victoria Monet. Y'all know that she is bi. I think Victoria Monet is so beautiful. I really do. She's so gorgeous. Nonetheless, she was talking about how she feels like even though she's bi, maybe she might end up being with a man because in her relationships with women, they have sexualized her, over sexualized her, treated her like a piece of meat and all of this other stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't talk about that like women be doing that. Like, it's not just like, but anyway, I mean, but I don't feel like I'm equipped to have that conversation because people will probably think I'm trying to be discriminatory and I'm not. But anywho, yeah. I'm just saying, like, those were probably the 2 times in my life that I was totally unaware because I just looked at the women as women, not like they were, on something. But it's like when I see a man, I'm always looking at him like he on something. A man say, "Hey, how you doing? You want me to hold the door?" I'm looking at him like he on something, because most of the time men are on something. Because men don't even lightweight want to be nice to people that they're not attracted to. They don't even want to be nice. They don't even want to. It act like it hurt them to say hello. Like, well, okay, you can't say hello because you think I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? But my mother, she always told me that when I was growing up. She was like, men care about looks and men will treat you better if they think you look good. So my mother would always tell me that's why she would always put her best foot forward and going outside. She would be like, and I would see as I was growing up the way men would treat my mom. My mom has like really natural long hair. She's a lighter complexion, which you already know about Black men. I'm actually the darkest person in my family, which is not a problem. I love being darker skinned, but I'm just saying, like, she was the type of woman that I feel like would garner a lot of attention from Black men, and they would always be trying to talk to her, be in her face, like when she would take me to the store and stuff like that. If my dad would be at home, I remember my dad threatening to beat up some men. I don't know if y'all remember Ponderosa. If anybody remembers the restaurant Ponderosa, this is like a core memory of mine. I remember being there, men trying to talk to my mom, and me telling my dad. It was like three men. They were really trying to talk to her because she was at the little thing getting the food. And I went back and told my dad, and my dad had a black belt in karate. I mean, he's old now, so I'm sure he's not doing that anymore. But he went over there to the men and was telling them he was about to beat them up and stuff like that. Yeah, Ponderosa Steakhouse. And I would never forget that. And my mother was just like, she told me not to tell my father things like that anymore because that's just what happens if you're an attractive woman, that men are going to try to aggressively talk to you and stuff like that. And she also told me that if men do that, that means that you're looking good and that means that you have something to offer. So I think that when I was growing up, I definitely connected men looking at me, men desiring me, even when I was in my early 20s, men liking me and stuff too. If I went somewhere and it wasn't like a whole bunch of dudes that tried to talk to me or looked at me, then I didn't have any worth or value. And I really do think that there's a lot of women that feel that way, and that's how you end up becoming a pick me or male centered. And I really actually think that's why I made a poor choice in my first husband because of that. Thinking like, oh, because at that time, everybody in my congregation was married, because everybody marries early because, they want to have smecks and nobody's having smecks. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get married to have the smecks. And then, I was by myself and I'm like, oh my goodness, nobody must not like me because look, these guys aren't and then I go marry the first dude, and then get okie dokes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's very important to unpack those ideologies or you can get messed up out here. Like for real. Like it's plenty of people that validate their whole existence on whether if a man like them or not. And that's just not what you should do. For real, you know? But anywho, I think that that's probably my first step. And then my grandma was like that too. My grandmother on my mother's side, light skin, green eyes. And you already know in the black community back then, they was still doing the paper bag test. So, my grandmother was always talking about, she was very arrogant. And she would talk about, why am I so dark? She hoped that some of the grandkids would get her eyes and her color. And it's just like, well, damn. All right. And she did eventually end up having some lighter skinned grandchildren that she favored, not me. And, but she would always talk about, how beautiful she was and how good she looked for her age. And these men liked her. So I had a lot of that, surrounded by a lot of that, growing up. And I had to unpack all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're a black woman and you don't unpack all of that, you're going to be moving funny and moving weird, and you're not going to know why you moving funny and moving weird because you have to unpack all of that stuff that's been brainwashed, into you. But it's just like, yeah, my grandmother is so crazy because she passed I think it was about a year and a half ago. And then my grandfather had passed like a year before that. And they were in their 90s. And I know people be feeling sad about their grandparents passing and stuff. I really was just like, because I had went no contact with them a long time ago. So for a lot of different reasons. But anywho, y'all, let me stop yapping. Let me stop yapping about this. You had something to say, Brown Sugar?
Nah, I love your stories. They be wild. Like, they need to be in a movie or something. Nah, but, I definitely agree with you. I think that we would have progress if BLK women stopped thirsting for validation from men, period. Because I see them straying away from BLK men due to their treacherous ways, which I understand, but they're validating other communities of men like they're even better. And I don't think that black women even understand what other communities have going on and what their women are dealing with. And I don't know why they think, oh, he's gonna enter my life and it's just gonna be sunshine and rainbows and it's just gonna be this terrific time. He's just gonna be this provider. Like I still see some women who have other races of men and they still working too. So I just don't understand why it's when it's not a black man, all of a sudden it's just going to be a better life for you. And that's just not true. That's the complete opposite. I feel like when you deal with them on an individual basis. I like to see, I feel like I like the term of using it as an interview process. And it's a strict interview process. Of course, you have things that you want to look for in a candidate. But if the candidate doesn't have everything that they require for the job, then they don't get it. And if they can't maintain the job due to their performance, then they just don't keep the job and they just get fired. It's simple as that. That's how I think that black women should look at it when they're dealing with men. Even if you believe in friendships with men, I really think that you should handle them like an interview process, or like you're an employer, because I really feel like you really have to take your life that seriously when you're dealing with men at any point of time. So I really wish that black women would love themselves more and stop listening to these grifters. Now that you keep talking, I always see Ashley Dalton. I blocked her. That lady with them crazy blue eyes, I see her on my timeline now. I blocked her this morning. I'm tired of seeing BLK women grifting and trying to appease to whatever demographic. Is weird to me, very coonish. But I just don't think those women can be saved. And internally, I don't think they like themselves as black women. And I really think if they could go back and be white tea women or whatever woman they choose, they would be. Because it shows on how they treat themselves and how they treat other black women.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I definitely agree. Matter of fact, I just ran across Ashley Dalton live stream yesterday, and it was a black woman in the comment section, and she said, "Ashley, how can I build my self esteem up?" And I was just thinking to myself, like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I respectfully, like, you're asking Ashley Dalton how to build your self esteem up. Her whole self worth goals is based on what a man think. What a man think, what somebody else think about you. You can't go outside with a full face of makeup on and a big wig on your head because you feel like somebody else gotta think you look good. That is absolutely insane. And look, I'm not saying that you cannot be a black woman and put yourself together, do your hair, wear makeup. I do all of these things. I love getting ready for my date night and doing my hair and put my lashes on and all of that. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that if you wrap your whole worth as a human being on what you look like, your outer appearance, and also if a man like it or not, that's nutty. And I clicked on her live just to be nosy. She had 5,000 people in there. 5,000. All these black women in there begging this woman, putting their pictures up, letting this woman, why no, and then this is how I know that a lot of black women are crazy, is because you're letting this woman rate you and tell you what you need to do to be attractive to a man. She's not a man. So she's not a man. So she doesn't know what men really like to see, what really turns them on. She's not a male. So if you, and I'm totally against people allowing themselves to be rated by Dusties. But black women would be better served by pedestalizing some black men or some white men or some Asian man that's really attractive, that's got a lot of money, and letting him rate them and letting them tell them if they like them or not, if they think they're attractive or not. But rather than letting a woman do it. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Kamisha? It's so good to see you, sis. But I feel like you would be better served than having a man rate you. And not saying that you should. I'm not saying that you should, because I would never. But what I'm saying is that would make more sense than letting a woman do it. Why would you let a woman rate you on your sexual desirability if you're trying to get a man? That don't make no sense to me. But the fact that it was 5,000 women in there to sit there and let this woman break them down. It was one woman that came up. She talking about some, oh, your wig. No, you need to do the better. You need to lose weight. You need to see if you can do some stuff with your face. All of this stuff. Like, what is wrong with you? Because if you saw somebody in person and they looked at you and said, oh, your hair ugly, you need to do something about that. Your outfit ugly, you need to do something about that too. Oh, when I see your stomach, it's a little too big, you need to lose some weight. You want to smack them in their face. You want to fight them. You be like, why the you talking to me like that? I don't understand it, but like I tell you, things like that, like I really, I've said this plenty of times on the channel, that I do know that comparison is the thief of joy. But I promise you, when I go in those lives and I see 5,000 black women in there, that really be hurting my feelings. Like, I really do. Because I'm like, you would want to go in there, but you wouldn't want to come over here? I just don't make no sense to me at all. And then I seen this one girl that was bragging about, she was like, oh yeah, I was telling in the comments and Ashley Dalton comments that I'm just so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. I'm a 10 out of 10. Everywhere I go, men stop and stare at me. I'm so gorgeous, and they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. But then I went up there and they were like, oh yeah, you got it. You are beautiful. And yeah, you can get any man. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then I'm going on this lady page and I'm looking through her pictures and stuff. And I do think that she's beautiful. But I noticed that in the video that she was talking, she put a filter on to slim down her nose. And then, she's talking about she's looking for a man. And I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? I just, the type of man, I promise you, and this is something that I probably should tell women more often, but the type of man that you're going to want, that's going to be a nice guy. He going to go to work. He going to come home. He going to take care of you. He going to be faithful. He going to be loyal. Those type of men are not even men that are like super looks centered. So they're not gonna, you don't have to have the BBL body. You don't have to have boobs sitting up on the top of your chest with some doggone silicone packs inside there. You don't have to go lay on the table and get your nose chopped up. Those men, the men that like those type of women are the type of men that are going to cheat on you, baby. I promise you, those type of shallow men that all of those things matter are going to cheat on you and play in your face. I promise you, any man that I have known in my life, and I have known a few, I ain't gonna cap to you, good men, I'm not saying they want you to be ugly, okay? I'm not saying that they want you to be like 700 pounds or whatever, but what I'm saying is, looks, just like Miss Cerise said, are secondary. They like, oh, I want us to have something in common. I want her to have a good personality. Of course, she can be cute, but that's not my major focus. And that's why I don't understand why women listen to Ashley Dalton. I only said 700 pounds because that's like really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like my 700-pound life or whatever. So, and I no disrespect to anybody that's that big. I'm just saying that, y'all get what I'm saying. Hopefully, because I don't want to offend nobody. But, yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just feel like women aren't thinking about it realistically. Like, I honestly, any dude that I ever knew that was like really, really, really on that when it comes to looks has been full of it. Full of it. I think I told everybody about this dude I dated. He played basketball overseas. He was 6'9", extremely tall, extremely fit, extremely attractive. He had some money. He had his own place. His parents were well off. Everything was Gucci with him. He was so looks conscious. He's the one that I told y'all that he really wanted us to be together. And he said that if we get married, how you go into marriage is how you supposed to stay. So if you get sick, you get some type of illness, you get in a car accident, he will leave because that's not how you looked when you came along. Like the men that are looks conscious like that, that's the way they think. You don't want them type of men. You do not want no man like that. Anyway, go ahead, Brown Sugar. Or if you had something to say, I thought you had unmuted yourself. Um,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes TikTok does that. But I wanted to say it is very easy to get a man these days. It's not hard. I don't understand the point of needing to go on any social media platform to talk to someone with their hair and makeup done. Like I seen this black woman and she was built like that green thing off of Monsters Inc. She had a dude with her. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care how you build, you fat, you skinny, you
Stop
tall,
playing with
you
me,
short.
brown sugar. You
I'm
stop.
she was she was built exactly like that, stomach out and everything. Granted, she was paying for the meal, but she still had a man. You know what I'm saying? So it don't mean anything. Like literally, I had an older dude try to holler at me yesterday, and I'm trying to just get, just trying to drive home. He asked me, "Oh, you look attractive," and he was like, "Well," I was like, "Well, how old are you?" He like 46. I'm like, "Nah, I'm 26." Like it's not that hard to get a man. I don't care where you at. So, what is the need of actually setting your camera up, propping it up to talk to a stranger or give money to a stranger just to talk to men? Go out in the real world, hang out at your local mall, go to a shopping center or something. But it really don't take that long to find a man. Now, finding a decent man, a good, genuine man, that's going to be hard to find. But going on to these platforms, these women can't help you get a good man. I don't even know how to do all that yet. I'm still waiting. But you just have to trust your instincts that you will find one day and don't settle. I think that's literally the cheat code, and not be male centered and not to go for anything. And I think it will come if it's meant for you in this lifetime. It's simple.
I definitely agree with you for sure. Yeah, because I said when I seen Ashley Dawn live stream yesterday, I said I'm about to have like an alternate page, and I'm about to build up my platform, and I'm about to just have charge black women $100 to grade them publicly. I told my husband, I was like, yeah. I said we about to go ahead and be able to get us a million bajillion dollar home, because that's what I'm about to do, since that's what black women want to hear. My husband was like, please, you know you ain't gonna do that. I'm like, you're right, but still, it just be making me mad, y'all. But let me go up here. Go ahead, Kamishi, has something to say, sis, and good to see you.
Good to see you too. I mean, I'm working two jobs, always busy. I'm like, oh no, I see Triggered on here. I gotta come on here and say hi, and of course join in the conversation. But I think those women are just up there because I didn't know. I don't know the Ashley Dalton person because I'm kind of not aware of what's been going on social media. But I believe those women are going on there for attention. I believe that most definitely, of course, obviously, is for attention, but I don't think that they even really care. I don't think that they really care whether she. I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call. I don't think that they care whether she rates them or what she rates them. I believe that they're just on there for the attention. A lot of them probably do think they look a certain kind of way, and then they're just like, okay, well, I can get more attention. When a man comes, when people are viewing it, just for views, for clicks, and of course, you got some of those women who are most definitely insecure. But I think that they just go on there for attention. And, a lot of people are, what do you call the people who are fanatics? They're fanatics, and so they're just trying to get on there and be able to talk to those people. But I have never in my life seen, like, out of my 40 something years, I'm not gonna say it how much, but out of my 40 something years, I've never seen this before, where people are rating people. I don't know where this culture has come from, where we're rating each other. Not in my life have a man came up to me and said, "Nah, you a 6. Nah, you a 4. Nah, you a 8. You a 10." I've never had that before, and I'm just like, if a man comes to me and he gets to rating me or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be done with the whole conversation, because I don't understand what's your point of rating me. What is the point? Like, but hey, I'm coming in the middle of the conversation, but that's just my opinion about the rating. I don't know the name of the one lady that is, she's not Ashley Dalton, but she does rate people. They go on there, go on her show, and they say something like, I got 3 kids and I got this going on, and they're looking for a relationship. I don't remember her name,
You talk about
but
Kendra?
Kendra
yes,
G.
Kendra. Yeah, she does it. And I know that her show was just more entertainment, you know? But this, what you're saying, it don't really sound, I don't know, it just don't sound productive at all. Definitely not productive. So, yeah, but I need to go and look so I can have more information about, what y'all are talking about. But yeah, I think they're just going on there for attention.
I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, Kamisha, for sure, and I definitely agree with you about the rating thing. Like, I wish somebody would try to rate me a man. That I just feel like you said, I think it's immature, and the fact that it's grown people doing it, and I'm talking about grown people, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s doing this, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, I just can't wrap my mind around it. And my thing is that there are so many things about people that are intangible that isn't just their looks. I said this before, like when you see a person and you get to know them and they're such a good person that instantly they become more attractive to you. Or, somebody has like a spirit about them that is just so nice or so inviting that also is attractive. Or it's a whole lot of things that go into attraction, because you could see a guy that you think is the finest thing that you ever saw. And then once he starts talking, you like, ugh. Like, that happened to me a lot when I was dating. Men that I saw thought was attractive. That I remember it was one dude I thought was so fine. I could not wait to go out on a date with him because I just thought he was so fine. His body was on point. He had abs or all of that. I was just like, oh yeah. So within about 30 minutes of talking to him, I was like, yuck. Like, your personality is gross. And I don't care what you look like on the outside. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like people are just preying on, and I think that's what it is really. People are preying on black women from every avenue, preying on their desperation, preying on their desire for love, their desire for validation from men, and just a lot of different things. And to be honest with you, like I say this all the time, I don't know if y'all think I'm capping or not, but I have talked to a lot of people with big platforms, way bigger than mine, in the millions, and they have always told me that there is a like, what's the word I'm looking for? A way to get money and on in social media spaces, when like a lot in regards to black women. And every time I see someone follow the tools that I was told that I should use, they become successful. And I just be like, oh, and it's just like, I don't know. I just refuse to do it. I'd like I said, I would love to have the accolades that, I see some content creators have. I would love to go online and have 5,000 people in my life. I would love to have 500K, 250K on YouTube, bringing in all of this money and stuff like that. I would love to do that. I really would. Okay. I could use the money. I could use the bread. However, I don't feel like I could ever do that, because the consequences of ruining black women and leading them down a wrong path, and the people that you are affecting that you don't even realize, I can't do that. There's no way. I want my name, I want triggered, synonymous with pick me and being a pick me and male validation, and you know what I'm saying, and trying to tell black women that they're not good enough. Well, the money would be great, but what the cost that my soul would pay, I don't think that I could ever do that because my goodness, bruh, like a lot of these women are actually really famous for doing these things.
Can I be
And
honest with you, Trey?
yo, go ahead. What you say?
I know that you probably, I like that you have a small platform because it gives more authentic. And I think that when I see people with so many people and, you know, in their views, it seems like they're untouchable, you know, they're unreachable. And I do like the fact that we can have a space, even though many people come up, I can still talk to you, I can ask you questions, we can get your feedback, and it not be a whole bunch of people in here trolling, saying whatever, because it's just so many other energies. And of course, the money, hey, we all love the money, but I really love that this is like a small space and we can be authentic and really pour into each other and love on each other. I feel like when people have these huge platforms, things kind of get lost, and you know, because it's just so many people and you don't know who's coming in. It'd be so many agents of chaos. We see little people come in here, agents of chaos, all the time. So I couldn't imagine it's a whole bunch of people. And then I just don't like watching people with so many people in there, because I'm just like, everyone's just talking, the chat just blowing up, you can't see who's saying what, and it's just too much. My mind can't handle all that. But I do like this little space that you created, and it's a safe space. I wouldn't feel safe with 5,000 people, 10,000 people in there. I feel like I'm lost in the ocean, you know.
I mean, I feel you, but I need that money though.
Oh, I feel you. Money talks. I get it. Money talks.
I was just talking about. They was talking about they making 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month. EK was talking about she was making $50,000 a month. I said, Lord, Lord help me,
But look
Lord
what
help
E
me.
King
Okay.
gotta do though. They gotta sell their soul in order to get all them viewers. They
Well,
have to.
E Kane is on another level. I probably shouldn't have brought her up because she be wildin'. Like I had to block that lady. I just couldn't even take it no more. But yeah, I'm just saying, y'all say y'all enjoy this small platform, but I'm also getting the small coins. I'll tell y'all how much I made for my live stream today, 4 cents. Okay. But but it's okay, it's all love. But and you know what? We're speaking of E Kane, she was twerking in some car, right? And I feel like the mother was also to blame, okay? Because the mother was with, I guess, her little daughter, and E Kane was had her butt up there twerking in the car, and I guess they saw it. And so she had hustled her daughter in the car, but then I guess brought the daughter back out to look at E Kane to say this is what you're not supposed to be doing, and then get mad that E Kane is still twerking and stuff. And so then her and E Kane had this big old huge verbal altercation. And I feel like this is that if I was somewhere, because I've been places like right with my kids, and there a person has been doing something weird or whatever, but I never thought to like go up them and say something to them about that. Like they don't owe me anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell my kids when they get in the car, like, hey, you know, you don't want to be like that. But I still feel like E. Kane, though, you're a mother. You just recently had a baby and you're out in public shaking your behind. Like, I do think it's trifling, so I understood both sides of that particular thing in regards to her. But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like instead of taking the time and like, because like some people feel like E. Kane, the only way that she can still maintain relevancy is to do the things that she do. I don't think so. Like E. Kane is very good with wigs. She's very good with makeup. I went to her YouTube one time. This is a long time ago. She had like her little get ready with me's. And these were ones without Chris there, and she was like cleaning her house up and showing everybody how, because her house was real dirty or whatever, and she was showing how she was cleaning it up and getting it back right and all of that stuff. And she had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views on those. Like people were really tuned in. Like I seen people back when I used to look at her stuff, when it would come across my feed, she would be cooking or something like that. Nothing toxic, nothing crazy, cooking something or engaging with her kids. And she would have like 10,000 people in the live, so she doesn't have to do that. Like she can totally just do wigs, just do makeup, just do her life without Chris being there, without some of the nasty things that she do. I just think that she just be doing that because that's just who she is and she needs some therapy and some help. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she wants the help. But I just feel like she don't have to do that. People always be making it like she has to do that. She don't. I done seen plenty of times where she's been plenty successful without that other stuff, without none of that. I don't think that she necessarily has to do that. But I don't know. You know, it is what it is. I, I felt for her plenty of times. I felt like, I hope that she would do better and she would leave that man alone. But hey, you know, you can't want more for somebody than they want for themselves. Like if they want you could want the world for somebody. But if they don't want it or they don't see their worth of value, ain't nothing you can do about it. Like it ain't nothing you can do about it. All you can do is just let them be. Let them be and leave them alone. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. Hey, Brown Sugar, I sent you a DM too about your breast reduction and like cause I've been feeling like a lot of neck pain lately. Um like this pulling at the base of my neck and like it's just been I've been having a lot of like the neck and shoulder pain. I gotta get an X-ray next week for them to X-ray my neck and shoulders to see if there's like a disc slipped or something. But did you ever experience that type of pain?
Yeah, I've always had neck back, and I was going to respond to you, but I seen you were on live. Yeah, I've always experienced neck, back, and shoulder pain. I've always had big breasts since what, like fifth grade. So I've always slouched over. Now, what I had to do is, so for my insurance to cover the surgery, I had to go to physical therapy for I think like 6 weeks, where they did some acupuncture, and they, the therapist was great. He was like, we're going to make sure that you get your breast reduction. But it was a lot of tension in my shoulders. It was an acupuncture. He put like a needle in my shoulders to help relieve a little bit of the pain. But my back, my neck, all that stuff was hurting. And it was just uncomfortable for me. So yeah, I mean, I really think you should do it. It's definitely a game changer. You definitely feel like you're on cloud nine after, you heal and stuff.
Yeah, because I was like, I got health anxiety and anxiety, okay? Because it was like sometimes like real recently over the past like year or so, I've been having like pain in my neck and it will go to my shoulder and then sometimes even down my tip of my fingers. And then I'll put some heat on it or whatever, it'll go away. And like now I have like this pain where it like almost hurts to turn my neck to like one side. It's like stiff and like pressing in like I don't know, it's like the base of my neck, like it's like sore. And like I had made a doctor's appointment. I had went to the doctor and she was like, she said that she felt like it was because I got a black doctor. She was like, she thought that it was my neck and stuff was because of like the heavy breasts and everything. And like the headaches, because I had like a headache and everything, and she was like that's what she thought it was. And she said like with heavy breasts I could have like she said she was gonna get it started for me to get the reduction, like, but she said what you said. I had to go get physical therapy, and I also have to get an x-ray for them to see like what's going on in there. But she said she just thinks it's just that. But she said just to see if I have arthritis in my neck or something like that. And they're x-raying like my neck and shoulders. I'm already got anxiety about even going to do that. But yeah, so I was just wondering because it had like really been bothering me lately, and then she was like, well, if do we have to make sure nothing like neurological is going on? So she's like, do you have like a thunderclap headache, like the worst headache you ever had? Like, do your headache wake you out of sleep? Do you wake up with a headache? Do you get blurry vision? I'm like, no, I'm not having any of that. She's like, can you hold stuff? Are you like dropping it? I'm like, no. She's like, well, with all of that being said, then she thinks that it's just like the breast or whatever. So yeah, I don't know though. Like I hoping that physical therapy and like me really getting in the gym more often to like strengthen like because I never really worked out like my traps. But this other lady was telling me that I had ended up talking to on this message board about breasts that like strengthening your traps and like really working out your trap. It was another muscle too. That can help you to get break some of this pain down. So I'm hoping, hopefully, that'll help. I don't know though.
Yeah, I mean, I really think the breast reduction will help you. Hopefully, I'm glad that your doctor is thorough and checking, crossing things off the list. But I really think that you're probably going to get a breast reduction. I think that's probably the safest option. I don't know if you talk to was a plastic surgeon and stuff like that, but it probably will be the best option, and you're going to feel much better.
I'm
Much
just so
better.
afraid of getting put under. I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean, it's no work around that.
I know, and that's like my main fear because it's like, how does that even feel? Like I don't know, I don't
You
know.
never been put under before?
No,
I've been put under 2 times. Of course, my breast reduction, and then I had my gallbladder taken out. Basically, of course, you can't eat before your surgery. And then like I know one of my doctors, they asked to put on like my favorite music, and then I was singing to it, and then I was out. And then I woke up, and I'm like, hey, on a little drugs, you feel a little high, but that's pretty much it. Like it's like you go to sleep, you don't know, like it's quick. It's very quick, and then you wake up and then it's over with. But of course, pray. Pray before you go. That's what me and my grandmother always do. We pray, make sure it's a successful surgery, praying over the doctor's hands. But try to find things to comfort you, to soothe you. You can't really have anything but water. Maybe have some warm water or something, or maybe you can't have water. I can't remember, but I know you can't have anything on your stomach at all. But definitely prayer, and making sure that you're going to be okay. But doing your research, making sure you find a good doctor, and stuff like that. And then they'll also go over how you want them, like how big you want them, or how small you want them, or whatever the case may be. I told my doctor, please go the smallest that you can, because I was just over having big breasts. It was they were saggy, and I was like in my 20s and they were saggy even before I had my child. They were always huge and big. So yeah, I mean, I think it will go well, and hopefully you won't have anxiety, but it's a smooth process.
yeah, and see that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm an anxious person already. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like when okay, both times I've given birth, I was induced. So I had like even the most painful, vaginal deliveries because when they induce you, the contractions are not real. So it's harder. They're harder on your body or whatever. Um I when they gave me that, I didn't even like that. I didn't even like doing that. Okay. Getting and I was awake when they put the big old needle in your back and all of that. But it's just like the fear of like going to sleep. Like because I heard like this nurse told me one time that like some people be crying and they be scared at their body like going to sleep and shutting down. I'm just like, why would you tell me that? Like, because now I'm terrified.
Now,
Like,
I've never experienced that. Like, if they can put on some music that you like and you'll just sing it, you'll be out. Like, you won't even know that it's happening, how fast the medication goes in you. You're out cold. So, and I know what you're talking about. When I had my daughter, I got it induced as well. That pain was no joke. And she split me open. That's why I don't want to
yeah,
have
I
no
got
more
split
kids.
open twice too. I
Ooh,
did too. I said never
boy.
again. Okay.
That hurt. I'm crunching my vagina now. Yes, it hurts. It's painful. I think that is more worse than getting put down. So if you've been through that, you can do this.
All right, all right, all right. Well, I'm definitely gonna think about it because I definitely got to do something, but I'm gonna try the natural route first. Like I'm I had got this list of exercises from ChatGPT about building up your traps. I'm about to go to the gym today and really work them out. And even though I can't even turn my neck all the way to one side, I'm gonna go today and work out my traps and stuff and see if that helps. And I'm definitely gonna go to the physical therapist, and I'm gonna also go to like get my X-ray for them to look in there and make sure nothing else is going on.
Do you get
Yeah.
fitted for your bras?
No, I haven't gotten fitted. I just be wearing the because I'm a 44 DDD, so
Okay.
I be wearing like minimizers and stuff. I feel like
Okay.
minimizers look the best on me because if I don't wear a minimizer, like my shit just looks so huge, and my breasts are like big and round, so they even look even bigger. Like I legitimately look about four side dress shirt sizes down when I don't have when I put a minimizer on versus not. Like it make me look like it's the difference between you be like, oh wow, she's slim to oh like she like a little bigger. Like if I don't have the minimizer on, that's how big they are, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, but the minimizer, I have one minimizer that I feel like is the best. It's the Bally minimizer. I have other ones too, but I feel like that's the best one as far as like making it look like my boobs ain't even really that big until they come up out that minimizer. They go right up out of there. But yeah, I just think it's wreaking havoc on my body. I've had big breasts since I was 12. I think I was in seventh grade. No, seventh grade going into eighth grade. After the summer of seventh grade, I came back to school. Everybody was like, "What the who was that?" You know, they've been big ever since then, and I hate it. I hate it. If I could be an A cup right now, I would be. I don't want no boobs. I'm talking about nothing. I don't want none. I don't want none. My husband was talking about you don't want none. Huh? I'm like, shut up. Oh my goodness. But no, he said he's very pro the reduction. Like he thinks I should do it too. He was like, if that'll take you out of pain, you know that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I just really don't want nothing. Like I'm talking about if y'all could just give me a nipple, I'd be fine with just a nipple. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about take it all. Don't give me nothing. For real, I don't want nothing at all. Like, if I could really do it, like people be talking about some, oh, you know, I want some big breasts. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if you want some, let me go ahead and chop these off and FedEx it to you. You can have it right now. You can have it right now. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here because I really do gotta put some. And then I'm over here like an old lady. I'm putting Bengay on my neck and everything because it's feeling so like tight and like just irritated. Like it's real crazy. But this be happening to me. Like I'll have like like where my neck will act up or my shoulder and my arm will act up for like a week or something, and then it'll go away. And then I've went to two doctors about this. I have one doctor, she is Middle Eastern. She's a woman. She's my PCP, and then I have another black doctor. Well, she's black though, and she's like my doctor when I go to like virtual visits and stuff like that. And they both said the same thing. They be trying to prescribe me all of these crazy medications. They just prescribed me meloxicam, I think, and for like as a anti-inflammatory. I guess it's like a high powered ibuprofen, but it's like it's an anti-inflammatory that they prescribed me, and they prescribed me what was it? Something Benadryl, some type of muscle relaxant. And so they talking about some, yeah, you know, you take the medicine, you're gonna be groggy. Like, and I don't like that. I don't even like taking medication, and I don't like feeling groggy You know what I'm saying? That's why I never liked NyQuil. Like people always be like, take some NyQuil. I never liked NyQuil because I don't like that. Like you going to sleep, but you're not going to sleep. It's you're being drugged to go to sleep. So you get that druggy drought. Like I don't like that. So I'm debating on whether I should even take these medications. You know, like my husband's like, well, if you feel bad, you know, you could take the medication. You could just take it close to going to sleep. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do it because she didn't prescribe me the muscle relaxant, the anti-inflammatory, and also this cream that you know you put underneath your breast. You know, when you got big breasts, sometimes you be getting rashes under there. I don't really got too much of a rash, but it's a little bit look like it's coming because you know it's warming up out here. So I probably fill that prescription. But I don't know if I'm gonna take that meloxicam, y'all, or that other one. I don't know.
I had muscle relaxers, I think, when I had my breast reduction. Oh, and I was under surgery when I got my tubes removed. But they make you very groggy when you wake up. So that's the only thing. You're going to feel like you want to sleep all day.
Yeah,
So,
see, and I don't want that.
yeah, I
I don't
wouldn't
want
take
that.
that.
I
Mm-mm.
really don't. I don't want that. Cause it's just like they be giving you stuff that'll fix one problem, but then cause another. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? So I started looking up, and Monday I'm gonna go get these like they were talking. I was looking up like natural herbal remedies for like muscle relaxers and stuff, and they talking about tart cherry juice and all this other stuff. I'm about to try a lot of other stuff, and it's this one lady. She does these teas. I have bought so many of her teas, like, and she ain't cheap neither. She's black. Her name is like Jessica Divine, and she do like this tea called Iron Hammer tea, and she do like a lot of other teas as well. But the Iron Hammer, that tea, I kid you not, I bought some because she was on TikTok doing a live. She's a black woman selling it. She said she's a herbologist or whatever. I I said, all right, you know, this lady tea is like $30 a bag. It was like, I think $25, $30 a bag. I can't remember. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and order it. I kid you not. My husband and I made him a glass. I made myself a glass. We drank the tea. I felt an energy, a power in my body that I never felt in my life. I was like, what the? I asked my husband, I said, you feel anything? I didn't even tell him what I felt. He said, yeah, I feel great. I said, you feel great? I said, me too. I said, I would never not order that lady tea. Now I done ordered so many of her teas. And I be spending a lot of money with her. Like, I be doing her Iron Hammer tea. She got a stress tea. She got a tea that's like for like libido and like women's organs, like your organs functioning properly. I didn't forgot the names of these. But I got them all in my cabinet. I be drinking them all the time. Her name is Jessica Divine. And I think you probably could find her on TikTok that way, but really could find her if you just look up Iron Hammer. Iron Hammer tea. Um she be having people that be having like, what is it, kidney failure, or they kidneys is in certain stages, and it be like reversing their kidney levels down, like, you know, they be in like stage 4 and it'll reduce back down to stage 3 and stuff. Like, I really think her teas are amazing, and that's something I never really said publicly because I don't be, because you know I don't want to try to like make, but her teas are really good. Like, no, seriously. Her teas are really, really good. And it's another black woman too. She do teas for like periods. Tag, what's her name? I got a whole bunch of her teas too. My oldest daughter, she likes those. Because her periods be irregular. Tag, what's that lady name? I be buying her teas like every month or so, every month and a half when we run out. She's black too. Um, Tag, what's that lady name? I be forgetting because I just be having on auto ship. So I be forgetting some of these people name. Hold on. I'm about to find the one lady right now. so I can tell y'all. Because like they're like, if you ever interested in any of these, and like I ain't getting paid or nothing like that. I just want y'all to know, ain't nobody paid me to say this. I ain't getting no money. I ain't got no brand deal. I'm just talking about just for me, and what I have taken. Let's see. I'm on Amazon right now. Yeah, there it is. It's called the other lady is Remedy and Restore. Her name is I know that's on TikTok and on Amazon, because if you order it on Amazon, you can get it like the next day. She has a tea, a hormone balance tea, and also a period tea. And they're really, really, really good at helping like regulate your period and stop all of it. She's just real good. So that's one lady. Yeah. And then let me find y'all the other lady, because I want to make sure that I gave y'all the right name. Hold on, Jessica Devine. Yeah, Herbal. Yeah. The other lady is Herbal Renaissance. Jessica Devine, but the name of her tea company is Herbal Renaissance. So she has a website too, if you don't want to go on TikTok shop. And she ships pretty quickly. Herbal Renaissance, Jessica Devine. She's the one that does the Iron Hammer teas and all of that. And then the other black woman is Remedy and Restore. Both of those, Herbal Renaissance and Remedy and Restore, I promise you, those teas are great. And my daughter with the Remedy and Restore, the period tea, she said that helps regulate her periods. And like I said before, with Jessica Devine, the Herbal Renaissance, that Iron Hammer tea is the truth. I don't have nothing else to say. Yeah, and let me see if I can tell y'all the teas that I have taken from her. I've taken Iron Hammer. I have taken Immune Builder, because Immune Builder, it has like sour sop and like elderberry and stuff in there. And let's see here. She has one called Amazon Energy. I've taken that tea as well. She got the Stress Away. I've taken that as well. Amber Passion. I've taken that as well. Dang, I really didn't had a lot of her teas. Anywho, yeah, y'all just check those out for real. I'll say, for fibroids, I'm about to give you one, because I don't get fibroids, but I do get polyps, like uterine polyps. If you have any, I don't know if you've heard about this, but if you have fibroids, and this is something that some doctors consider to really work, if you get the castor oil, it has to be in a glass jar, and you get the things that you put on there, like the flannel packs, and you soak it in the castor oil, and then you put that on your womb, where, like, on your pelvic area. Then you put a little bit of plastic wrap on the top of that, then put a heating pad on the top of that. That really works in shrinking fibroids and also reducing polyps. But you have to do it every day. The only time that you don't do it is when you're on your period. But you have to get the castor oil that's in a glass bottle. Yeah, it has to be a glass bottle. And you have to use like the packs, the flannel packs that you soak it in. And let me see if I can give you the right name, because that is flannel packs, but let me see if I can give you the exact name. Yeah, I think they're just called flannel packs. And just make sure that it's organic cotton when you put it on you. Organic cotton. It has to be organic, because if not, then you soaking in all of these things that are not what they need to be inside of your body. But yeah. But I'm telling y'all, those are the things. Sometimes you can help certain things with natural remedies. Not everything, of course. You know what I'm saying? But some things. So, anywho, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I love y'all. Thanks for you guys that stayed and listened to me give y'all talk about this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the topic. All right. Before I get out of here, Brown Sugar, you had anything to say, sis?
No, not really. I hope you ladies have a great and safe weekend.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing Casa tomorrow, Brown Sugar.
Oh, I'm catching up on the episode. I didn't watch it last night. So Casa is tonight?
Sunday.
I thought they said it was an episode coming on tonight.
Yeah, but it's just After Sun where they just talk about
the After Sun. Oh, okay. So Casa, it's gonna be a mess.
I know. I can't wait. Hold on, Brown. Okay, Brown Sugar, you had something to say before I get out of here, sis?
Oh, Miss Good News?
Yeah.
Is she coming out?
It's just got the thinking things on there. So I don't know if she might have clicked it by mistake or something. She might have. All right, y'all. Well, Miss Good News, I you still got you on thinking, so I'm thinking you probably might have requested by mistake. All right, y'all. Well, I'll see y'all later. I love y'all, and I hope that y'all have a great